jump in? I think you're working, maybe.
Yes, of course.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna let Shay have the floor.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
So I'm Shay. As Stevie said, I was in your shoes not too long ago. I was actually here, I think 2019, so right before COVID, as a youth leader, young leader. I forgot what. Yes, that was the camp that we had at the time. And to say the least, it was something to work with so many different leaders who thought differently than each other, but it's how I got to apply to what I'm doing now. So as Stevie was probably referring to earlier, I'm on Governor Cooper's council for the North Carolina Statewide Independent Living Council, which helps people around North Carolina with disabilities live independently. So all of that stems from my diagnosis with type 1 diabetes when I was like 8 years old. So from there, I've gone off to college, decided to major in clinical research, which is, in layman's terms, pharmaceuticals, drug development to help fight against type 1 and a lot of other disabilities. So that's just a little background about me. I don't know if Stevie wants to add anything.
And to let you guys know, the State Independent Living Council she's talking about is the state level that's kind of over all of the centers that are in North Carolina, and I think at this point there's 7. But they added, because there used to be 8, but I think there's only 7. So she's kind of up there in the state level, kind of helping us all down here as one of the other 6.
But I'm like still a little kid. I'm like young, like y'all. So I'm still here.
Yeah.
But basically, what I want to go over with you today is a topic called "What's the Big Idea?" And basically, every big idea starts with a small idea. And we are going to break down how you get to those small ideas and the biggest components to achieve them. Okay, there we go. So the 4 core aims that I want to talk about today are ability, art, association, and action. And feel free to jump in, ask questions, comment, whatever you feel while I'm giving the presentation. Like I said, I want to be a conversation between all of us. So ability. What is the first thing you see when you look at this picture? Zach? Ducks. Okay. Does anyone see anything different? Yeah, no, maybe.
Are they in the water?
They could be, I think so.
Okay.
Because when I look at this picture, I see rabbits.
Yeah,
Who took
yeah,
rabbit?
a rabbit, yeah.
Yeah, if you look toward this way, you can see rabbit ears and the face of the rabbit.
Oh.
Look this way,
I
you
was
see a
ducks.
No,
Yeah.
you see
No,
that,
that's
nothing
cool.
wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What about this picture? What's the first thing you see?
That's like an old tree.
Mm-hmm.
I see faces.
That's what I see too. Anyone see anything else?
Flower.
Yeah, I see that. I see like a bouquet or faces or a tree. Okay, one more. What about this one?
I see a face.
Looks like George Washington face.
Mm-hmm. I see the face too. Anyone see anything different?
Ashton, what do you see?
Like a tree branch, or I don't know what you call that.
Mm-hmm. No.
Building
Yeah.
in the background.
Yeah. So on one end you see a face, but on the other end you see a tree trunk with a lady standing here with her dress and buildings and trees. So the point of these 3 pictures is that we all had different abilities to see different things. And that is a huge part of leadership and really figuring out how to work with different people. So the first point is your vision is unique. So just like you have a glasses prescription or you have a contacts prescription, my glasses aren't gonna fit Stevie. And Stevie's glasses aren't gonna fit Zach. right?
Right.
Same thing goes for visions and dreams that you may have that you want to do. Just because someone else hasn't thought of it yet, or just because it seems big and impossible, doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that it's going to take a lot more time, and that's completely fine. So, one thing about your vision is it will impact your ability. So if you dream small, you're probably gonna do small. So when you dream big, you're going to have to think bigger. You're gonna have to connect bigger. You're gonna have to do things that are outside of your comfort zone. That is completely fine, because when you do these things, you're gonna build your muscle. Okay, second point is art. Okay, who in here likes art? Okay, what's your favorite type of art? And what's your name? Say your name and your favorite type.
I'm Patrick Russo.
Okay.
I art, the colors
Mhm.
I got, like that picture.
Yeah. Okay. What about you?
Brandon Conley, it's like, music.
Yeah. Okay.
Ashlyn, and I would say, like, on, like, wall art.
Yeah. Okay. Zach?
That trying to drawing dogs.
No, that's pretty. Okay.
Renee, ceramics.
Oh my goodness, I love ceramics.
Yeah, and I didn't raise my hand, but I like knitting and pottery, and there's not anything I probably wouldn't try.
Nice. Okay. Even though I don't have one yet, what about body art? What about tattoos? How do y'all feel about that? Nah.
Well, no, I mean, if it's something that you like and, you wanna get one, then, I mean, if, like you said, it's art, it's expressing something, or it's expressing an idea.
Exactly my point. All of us love all different types of art, and we all have different ways of expressing it. That's the same thing with leadership and dream building. Even though we may take different routes, we may do different things to get to the same place, it's still okay, because there's an art on ideas. And when you apply that art and you apply the actual logistics behind things and how we're gonna do things and how they're gonna be structured, it can be something beautiful like a mosaic. And we all know, or you may not know, but with mosaics, they're pretty much just everywhere. Sometimes they can be totally abstract, make no sense at all. Sometimes they can be one shape and it's still a piece of art. So whether you go simple or you go complex, you're still going to get what you want. And just like the picture is, your dreams can be masterpieces. These are things that you may have from a young age or an old age, but that is completely fine, because there is no limit and there's no age that stops you from dreaming or being successful. 3 is association. So what do we see in this picture?
There's different types of people,
Mm-hmm.
different skin colors, different hairstyles,
Mm-hmm.
different clothing.
That's right. So I see that too. And I also see people of different backgrounds. And I'll take, for example, say someone with this complexion. Looking at her hair, she could be someone of a white race or a black race. But that doesn't exactly limit who she is as a person. And someone who might be wearing a head wrap, that could be something based on their culture. And basically, depending on who you associate with is going to define how successful you are sometimes. Because the bigger your dream, the bigger your team needs to be. Because you cannot do things on your own. See?
Oh, and I was also noticing that people are looking at different directions.
Yes, good point. That's actually a really good point. So you don't always have to go the same direction everybody else is going in. You can be going this way, person is going this way, you could be going up. It doesn't matter as long as you get with the right group, and right group to say, those people that are going to lift you up, they're going to help you even when those times are hard. And they're also going to be the ones to tell you no. So when you have a team of yes men, as we call it, you might not go as far, because you're going to have people that are always telling you yes, that you're always right, that things always look good when that's not the case. Then you get to the real judgment zone and you're kind of awestruck, like, oh wow, I didn't know this was happening. When you have those honest people around you, you're already going to be used to this feedback. So, important to keep the right people around you, and those negative people who bring you down, they can be nice as associates or friends, but definitely keep those positive, honest people near you. So, social association will impact the scope of your vision as well. And when I say this, it's to say that, okay, how many of y'all went to high school? Okay. Did you have a lot of different groups and cliques in your high school? Did you have the jocks, the nerds, the music geeks, all of that? Yeah? Okay. Did you ever find the people that just like kind of mingled with everybody? So they were an athlete, but they enjoyed being in band, or they enjoyed math, or something like that. Yeah? Maybe? Sometimes? Well, that is intersectionality, and that is being able to adapt with different people of different interests and even different cultures. And when you're able to adapt, you're able to put your idea across better, because not only are you just there to make a connection with them, but you'll make a relationship with them as well. And rather than making a connection with people, it's important to make relationships, because the difference between a connection and a relationship is that a connection is a one-way street. So you meet each other, you say hellos, and then sometimes it dies off. A relationship is active. You are continuously reaching out to people, you're checking on them, and especially when it comes to the professional realm, you meet a mentor, you meet someone at an event, feel free to connect with them every 6 months. Reach out to them, see how they're doing, see if they need anything from you. Then they're going to be like, okay, they're going to reach out to me more than just what they need. And last but not least, we have action. And action with dreams are turned into goals. And goals without action, they just remain dreams. So how do we turn these dreams and ideas into goals? Well, first, we have our steps to goal setting, and that's brainstorming. So literally, have a brain dump. Write everything that you're thinking down. It can make complete sense, it can make no sense at all. It's completely fine, because once you do that, you can actually begin to visualize, okay, where is my mind really at? Because sometimes when we keep all of our ideas in our head, they get jumbled and they get unorganized and we get overwhelmed. So when we put it on paper, we're able to actually interpret everything, which is how the magic begins. Any questions so far? I know I'm like talking about a minute.
No.
Okay. All right. Once you write it down, it's important that you track your progress. Now, this doesn't have to be some elaborate Excel sheets or, something that you buy, but just give yourself a mental check-in. Say, am I at the place that I want to be? Am I doing what I need to be doing? Am I connecting with the people that I need to connect with? And if you don't feel that that is the case, then change what you're doing. So say you want to run a 5K or you want to run a marathon. You're not going to run a marathon by sitting on your couch.
Nope.
What are you going to do? You're going to go to the gym. You're going to run. That's right. You're going to start practicing. You're going to get on the treadmill. You're going to go for walks. You're just going to do those things to prepare you to do what it is that you want to succeed at. And last but not least, not last, but after that, you're going to check in more frequently. So it's fine to check in that first week and think that, okay, I did good, but what about 6 weeks from now? What about 6 months from now? Am I still being consistent? And if I'm not, what do I need to do to change that? And I read, and I'm pretty sure this is the number, but it takes 6 weeks to actually form a habit. So if you're taking 6 weeks, if you take 1 week, then you haven't formed that habit yet. It's important that you keep that consistency going so it feels natural to you and you're more likely to do it. And last but not least on this slide, it's important that you celebrate because whether they're small victories or big victories, they're a victory. So say your victory could be, I actually woke up on time this morning. I always oversleep, I'm always late, but I'm on time. That's a small victory, but it's a victory. So appreciate it. Take that with you. You know, whether that's going out and getting ice cream or, you know, just taking a day for yourself. Because on the other side of that, it's very important to maintain yourself. So self-care and self-maintenance are productivity. So make sure you take time to not only celebrate, but just take care of yourself. If you're not able to do everything in one day, that's completely fine. If you need to take a break and say, I'll come back to it later, take that break. No one is rushing you. No one is on a timeline. So, for today's takeaway, your ability outweighs your disability. So your ability to see things outweighs what may hold you back. It outweighs those things that are going to be concerning or obstacles to other people. You're able to overcome those things. So for me, with my disability, I turned my disability into my ability. Does it get annoying sometimes? Absolutely. It's still a disability. But I know that there's still good in every unfortunate situation. 2, ideas are a work of art, just as all of you in here are. Your ideas are put together piece by piece, one by one, and they're unique to you. Thirdly, your association will impact your actions. So associate yourself with the great people in here. Associate yourself with those good friends, with your community, with your greater community, your political community, just those people that are going to be change makers, if not for the greater realm, at least for you. Because the people you associate with can really impact your growth. And right now, it's time for a call to action. And all that to say, you have the resources, you have the ideas, you have to make it happen. You cannot let anyone get in the way of that. There's gonna be naysayers along the way, there's gonna be obstacles, but all of that is normal. You get over those and you make it happen. You do what you need to do because whatever you're thinking of is going to make this world a better place. And I will leave you with a quote that I live by like almost every day, and that is unprecedented but not impossible. And that's all to say, just because something hasn't been done yet does not mean it's impossible. So if you're the first to do it, go make history. You know what they say, so quiet women seldom make history. So I'm one who is always free to be followed or connected with. So if anyone has LinkedIn or Instagram, feel free to find me. Or if you ever have any questions, that's also my email. And I'm so glad I got to come and see y'all again.